Welcome back. This is Trevor Truck, and I'm playing a game called Disturbed. And this is going to be episode 3. And if I'm wrong about that, I'll look like a fool. But I'm pretty sure this is episode 3, so if not, then whatever episode it is, yeah. So we have reached the proverbial fork in the road. You reach a point where the trail splits into 2 paths. Which way should you go? Alright, well, that is always a good question. So let's go left. Okay, and then here is where I'm going to save. So we just have to remember that slot 4 is left. Okay? Fair enough. Alright, so let's return. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up toward a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Good for me, right? Which way do you go? Are you kidding? Oh man, this is gonna be tough. Alright, let's just do the default, okay? I've already saved that we went down the left path. So we're just gonna... but, I feel like we should investigate. So we're not gonna go back. I want to investigate. Let's follow the trail in the grass. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Of course, I want to inspect it. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. I'm dead, right? You freeze before the apparition. The sword. May I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. That's the spirit's inflection. If you desire this sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool, only something of a pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. Okay, this tells me a few things. First of all, likely, if I grab the sword, I'm going to die. But there's also a clue that I need to get a flower of some sort. So I'm going to back away from the sword. Alright. So I'm going to continue on and see if I can find a flower. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Let's go to the lake. You step near the lake and look down into it. Like, is there going to be like a tentacle that comes out and then just drags me down to the bottom? Like, I feel like every move you make in this game is death. Resting underwater is an orb of some sort, sitting on the bottom of the lake. There's something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. Well, yeah. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. This is a bad move. You open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way toward it. A large fish comes into view, quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. That's scary. You try to leave for the surface, but the fish zooms in and catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone in that game. So you close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. Oh, that's disturbing, but I suppose that's the name of the game. Quite literally. Okay, so this is the left path. So I'm still kind of curious about certain things, and I want to see what else I can do. So, let's see. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. Of course, we want to inspect the well. You peer down the well. Don't tell me there's going to be a big fish at the bottom. Okay, other than the evident water at the bottom, there is a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. I feel like that's a bad idea. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall, tumbling about. Your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on the head, you lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly and you drown without realizing it. Boy, I'm just the master of bad decisions. Alright, let's see. You probably would have never noticed, which way do you go? How did I do this? So if I go in the trail in the grass, there's a grave, continue on, here we go. So there's the lake, so we're just gonna continue instead of inspect the lake, because we know that's death. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Inspect the pillars. You stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed there. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. Okay. Well, field, I guess. You find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. Okay. As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. So, where are all these items that I'm supposed to have? Like, you would think at some point I'm getting somewhat close. I know I'm gonna die if I try to take the sword, because apparently I have to have some type of flower. So I guess now that I'm at this point, I'm gonna try to go right and see what I find. You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Okay. So I gotta remember, this is me heading right. Also of interest, there is a tree that has a hole carved into it. Let's go to the gate. This is the main menu. You approach the gate cautiously. Of course I'm going to enter. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. This is no doubt the birthplace of the spreading plague. Ooh. There is a fountain before you with statues on your right and left. Oh, now it's really given me a lot of choices. Okay, this is a lot. I guess we should go into the tower first, right? You approach the door. As you reach for the doorknob, an invisible barrier stops you. Must be some sort of magic. Fountain. There is a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black and the smell burns with every breath. You feel a slight pull toward the fountain as if it were calling for something. Okay, left statue. That looks scary. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other one with finger pointed up toward the sky. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. Okay, so far, these are just observations, no action, which is fine. Before you stands an old angel statue that has broken many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is hovering over the bowl. You notice that there is only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. You feel you should keep your distance and just observe the statue. Right. Okay. So, this is good because it actually narrows down what I can do. Clearly, there's more that I need to discover. Okay, so I know that. Alright. So we should go to the tree. You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in it. What a very specific detail to notice about a tree. You look and see something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs. One on the right, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. I know what this is going to be. This is going to be one of these games. Let's go with the left knob. Middle. Right. The knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination. So I feel like I need to figure this out. Are you serious? Did I just guess the combination? So it was right, left, I think. Wow. Okay. Well, let me save it here because that's a pretty important part of the game. Okay. Everything goes dark and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. Ooh. You find yourself with no evident way out, but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. You see 3 separate paths hidden within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? That is a good question. Okay, let's go right. Passageway divides before you. Where do you go? Oh my gosh. Go right. Passageway soon ends with an enlarged mushroom sitting in front of you. A steady river of water flows between you and the mushroom. I'm gonna die, right? You walk toward the mushroom as if there was something more than what meets the eye. Walking forward, you take a step into the water. To your dismay, your foot hits no bottom and you fall in. You reach to grab hold of the edge of the surface, but your body freezes stiff. You lose your sight completely as the chilling water sends your body into shock. Without any sense of touch and warmth, your lifeless body sinks into the darkness. Your adventure ends here. Very interesting. So, we can still go right, and then we can go left. We're gonna explore all of our options. Alright, so 2 paths you may go. Which one do you choose? Why? Okay, I guess let's go right, just to see. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake, with debris scattered about the surrounding area. Inspect it. You cautiously walk down toward the ship. The air is chilling, and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. You climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet. You feel this ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Nice. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. You pull out one after another, finding that they have been emptied. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. That's lovely. You take the knife in hopes that you may defend yourself with it. Ooh, okay, that's big. That's big. First of all, let me save because, I have a knife now, and that's going to be useful. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stovetop. You gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fill the oven chamber. You close the oven door. Okay. I guess move on. You continue your lonely tour of the ship only to find that there is nothing of use or value. Okay, you make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Again, you find nothing much but empty rooms, left to remain in dark solitude. You discover a door with fancy markings about the woodwork. Perhaps this is where the captain resided. You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. Before you rests an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There is a small bed off near the corner of the room and some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything. Other than the lamp and other objects, there is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Okay, stack of papers. Peering about the pages of this collective pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together we move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months out at sea. We have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favorite crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers. As our voyage continues day after day, food rations have been cut in half in fears that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Day 91. It has come to roughly 3 months out here on the endless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we are headed for Homeport. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. The spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. Okay. There's a lone document. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Seeing that there is little left to see, you take your leave. I kind of wanted to take the lantern, but I guess you can't. Okay. So this is back where the tunnel divides. Okay, so let's save it here, and I want to replace it. Let's just overwrite this save here, and we'll come back to that one. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording for now, and hopefully I can figure this game out. But in the meantime, I hope you have a nice day, and I definitely want to continue this, so hopefully you like it. Anyway, goodbye, and I'll see you soon.